Let me talk a bit about the 2024 film Wicked Part 1. I love musical theater, and while I've seen more musicals on screen than I can count, sadly, I've only seen two live on stage. Those were Phantom of the Opera and Les Miserables. There were just no chances to see them where I grew up in Canada. And here in Japan, well, the musicals are in Japanese. So it feels different hearing the songs in a language other than the one I'm used to. You see, I have a lot of musical soundtracks, usually the original cast recordings on CD, and I've listened to them on repeat so many times that I can sometimes sing along to almost every song. That was the case with Wicked, directed by John M. Chu, adapted for the screen by Winnie Holtzman and Dana Fox, based on the novel by Gregory Maguire, inspired by the Oz books of L. Frank Baum. Ooh, and the 1939 film musical directed by Victor Fleming. Such a long pedigree. Anyway, after I heard that Wicked had been made into a Broadway musical, I bought the CD, gave it a listen, and thought it was awesome. I programmed some songs into a playlist and let them be my wake-up music in the morning for months. Songs like The Wizard and I and Defying Gravity. But aside from a few shaky audience recordings on their smartphones or cell phones of the time, and perhaps talk show cast appearances, I never got to see any of the songs actually performed. There was no context to them other than their basic function of moving the plot along. Seeing the songs being performed in the context of the full musical always makes them real. It was similar with Empty Chairs at Empty Tables from Les Mis. I heard it on the CD. I saw it on stage from my seat high in the balcony section. Yet I never really got it until I saw the film version and watched Eddie Redmayne perform the hell out of it. That is what cinema can do for a musical. The camera can get in really close and show us things with an intimacy and realism that just isn't possible with a stage performance. There are no close-ups on stage. Wicked makes the best use of the opportunities a film affords. The camera gets right in there and shows us the nuances of the amazing performances of Cynthia Erivo and Ariana Grande, be it comedic or joyful or tragic. Since seeing the film, I've been swimming in the ocean of behind-the-scenes featurettes on YouTube and was so impressed that the vocals were recorded live on set at the actress's insistence. Even in the scenes where someone is flying around on wires. Outstanding! The rest of the cast is just as enjoyable. I've never watched Bridgerton, so some might mock me for not knowing who Jonathan Bailey is. But I do now. And can he sing? Damn straight he can. We have Michelle Yeoh in some memorable scenes. Bowen Yang brings his comedic chops as a side character to Grande's Galinda. Peter Dinklage is a goat. Jeff Goldblum is the wizard. And he can sing too. There is not a weak performance anywhere in this film. You will get these songs stuck in your head for a long time after you leave the theater, which should happen with any good musical, in my opinion. On top of that are the visuals, the costumes, the set design, the inventiveness of so much of it. As I mentioned before, I've seen snippets of the stage version on YouTube, but you can do so much more with a film. For instance, in The Wizard and I, Elphaba covers so much territory within the school grounds as she rejoiced in her new opportunities. But how could you have her run miles away and belt out the lyrics at the edge of a cliff? You couldn't. Not on stage. Film lets everything expand. I think the best example of that might have been the choice to place Dancing Through Life in the school's circular, cylindrical, rotating library. So visual, so creative, such genius. Hearing it over and over on the CD didn't give me any context, but how they chose to stage that song in the film makes it real. It crystallizes it. I totally get the charm of Fiyero now. The standout scene for me was Elphaba's dance at the Ozdust ballroom and Galinda's redemption as she recognized her failings and accepted Elphaba on a level beyond her green skin and dark apparel. I watched in silence as my face was drenched with tears. A real Niagara Falls situation was going on. You can't see that when you listen to a CD. You can't get the intimacy and anguish and hope without a close-up. You can't see Arianda spontaneously wiping away Cynthia's tear in comfort and support unless the camera is right there. Breathtaking. I said that film expands everything, and that leads to what might be the only flaw with this film, if you can call it a flaw: the length. The stage version of Wicked lasts for 2 hours and 45 minutes. There is also a 15-minute intermission, so does that make it 3 hours? But anyway, the film version is 2 hours and 40 minutes, and that is only part one. It is almost as long as the entire musical on stage. And it's not finished. The ending will come out later this year. They fleshed out the plot by drawing on a lot of Elphaba's backstory from the source novel, which I've never read. I know that they changed things tonally when they made the musical, so the stage version and the novel are very different beasts, but they gave viewers of the film details that neither readers of the book nor fans of the stage musicals had seen. It is a good thing. When the whole thing is out there and the entire cinematic story has been told completely, I wager it will be around 5 hours. There's no way part 2, Wicked for Good, as it is now called, will be as long as part 1. This will be great for streaming and home viewing in the end, because you can just hit pause and schedule your own intermissions whenever you want and spread it out over an entire day or a few days if you want to. Sitting in a theater seat for 2.5 to 3 hours is always a bit of a challenge. Wicked is worth watching. I'd even say it's a must-see. Everything about it is beautiful, and while it put Cynthia Elvira on my radar, it is Ariana Grande who really impressed me. I knew she could sing and dance, but I'd never seen her act beyond some skits on SNL. Her stint on TV was not available in Japan, and I was out of the demo for that particular TV program anyway. She is an outstanding actress, but where she blew me away the most was with her comedy. She is beyond a triple threat, to be sure, singing, dancing, acting, and with impeccable comic timing and improvisation skills as the cherry on top of that talent sundae. Damn, so talented. If you like musicals, you should watch Wicked. But actually, you probably already have if you like musicals. I'm so late due to the lateness of the film coming to Japan. March 2025. Months and months after the rest of the world had seen it and commented on it. If you don't like musicals, give it a chance anyway. Rent it, stream it, watch it. It is gorgeous. Part 2 is coming out later this year, November 2025, I believe, in Japan. But there's no confirmed release date here, so it might be next year. Who knows? But I will definitely be getting a ticket, and I will definitely be watching it, whenever that happens to be. So, if you liked Wicked, please leave a comment. Let me know what you liked the most. If you didn't like it, let me know as well. If you didn't see it, please tell me why. I'm interested in hearing everyone's viewpoint, so just leave a comment. I'll read it for sure. Thanks for watching. See you next time.